What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Reformed Reader, the channel where we review different forms of media through the lens of a Christian who is under the authority of the scriptures. My name is Josh, and today I just want to touch base with you guys and do our monthly update, or our little monthly check-in that we do. So the month of March has been an interesting month. I've just been having to deal with some personal things, some things at work, just real life things that has really kind of slowed my month down, at least as far as my reading goes. And so we'll get into that a little bit, but let's start with, what did I read? Now, like I said, this month has really made me pump the brakes on my reading. I have lost most of my desire to pick up a book this month. And if I'm just being completely frank with you guys,
it's fake.
It is.
It's fake.
As I try to be, it's in large part still due to Morning Star by Pierce Brown. Since having to DNF that book, it has really just thrown a wet blanket over the fire. It has kind of sucked some of the joy out of reading for me recently. And so I found myself reaching less and less for a book. And so this month, I've only read, I think, 3 novels. That's at least by the time that I've put this video out, because I'm actually working on the 3rd, but I should have it done before this video goes out. And so let's talk about, what did I read? Well, the first book that I read was a buddy read with my buddy Ted and Brian. Ted over at Ted Read Instead and Brian over at Adventures in Literature, called Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. And if you're interested, the link to that video should be right here somewhere. We did a pretty cool discussion on it. We had a lot of fun with each other. We made fun of each other a lot. So that was really fun. So go check that out if you haven't already. And then I read By Blood, by Salt by J.L. Odom. And that review hasn't come out yet, but it will soon. And hopefully I will be able to get to talk to the author and maybe have her on the channel. That would be super cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. And then the third book, and the one that I'm currently wrapping up, is Darth Maul Shadowhunter. This is one of the Star Wars Legends books. I don't think I've read anything in between any of those. I can't remember. But man, this has been a rough month for me. I have had to DNF 3 or 4 books in a row, kind of since the end of last month into the beginning of this month. And so I've just really been struggling with picking up a book to read for enjoyment or entertainment. It just kind of sucked the fun out of reading for me. So I found myself, going back and watching some of my favorite shows and movies. So maybe I could spend some time away from reading for a little bit. So that way, maybe it'll reignite that desire for me to pick up a good book or to get lost into another world. Yeah, going forward, I think I'm going to change things up a little bit, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But as far as what I read, it's been pretty slow. I've also been reading Monster Hunter Vendetta, which is book 2 in the Monster Hunter series by Larry Correia. I've been listening to it on audiobook, and again, I just haven't really had the desire to listen to it constantly, because normally I'll listen to an audiobook during my commute or during my daily walks. And I've just caught myself kind of going to some podcasts and things like that, just to kind of change things up a little bit for me. But I plan on jumping back into that very soon. So this leads me into, what am I going to read? I'm going to finish up Monster Hunter Vendetta first. And then I hope to be able to start The Count of Monte Cristo with my bride pretty soon. And we'll be going through that. And that thing is super thick. And so we'll see how long that takes me. Hopefully it won't take me super long, but I am a slow reader, so we'll see. And then I think I want to pick up Stone and Sky by Z.S. Diamante, I think is how you pronounce his name. And then I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I think I want to pick up a mystery or a thriller, or maybe just something that's really outside of my wheelhouse. And so my friend Jordan over at First Line Library, he is a big fan of Peter Heller. I've had him on the channel a couple of times with some collaboration videos, which I will also link here. And he's mentioned Peter Heller a couple of times. And so I think I may give one of those books a try. And then if I have time, I think I'm going to pick up book 1 in the Rhaenyra Chronicles. I've just heard so many good things about this, that it's good, clean fantasy. There are characters in there that you will never forget. And so I think I'm kind of getting ready to ramp back up into some of the bigger series. And so this is kind of where I want to start. because I've heard nothing but good things about this series moving forward. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna finish up Monster Hunter, then I'm going to go into The Count, most likely, and then I'll pick up Stone and Sky, maybe a Peter Heller novel, and then if I have time, I'll jump into the Rhaenyra Chronicles. So this leads me to a quick little channel update. As of the time of recording this video, we are sitting at 475 subscribers. Whoa! That is just crazy to me. It's amazing that there are people out there that care about my opinion at all, or want to hear what I have to say. So that's really cool. Also, we are closing in on 500 subscribers, which after we hit that milestone, that'll be the last time I talk about our subscriber count for a while, because I know people get tired of it and I need to quit checking it so often. But I think that would be really cool to hit 500 subscribers. So that's the goal for this coming month. The other cool channel update is Gryftkin had me on his channel to do a little interview. He just wanted to sit down and talk with me about my rating system and why I might put a book down or pick one up. Yeah, that was really fun. It was over 2 hours of me rambling. And so if you guys are interested in that, I will also link that here. That was really cool. My nerves got the best of me. My oldest brother thinks that I have ADHD, and probably do, but it definitely came out during that interview, because Ed would ask me a question and I'd go on 20 minutes of rabbit chasing. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, you can always go check it out. But we had a really cool conversation and discussed some deeper topics rather than just the books we enjoy. But we also covered that. Also, it was really cool that his mom logged in and listened almost the entire time. That was awesome. So that leads me into a little bit of a book haul. Last month, I didn't really have one. This month, I've got a little bit of one. So I'm going to start here, which is Monster Hunter Vendetta, which I picked this up on Pango for like $2. And it's got this, I really didn't know it had this like holographic cover, which in my opinion, most of the time is pretty hokey, but I think it's really cool and fitting for these Monster Hunter books. So that was the first book that I picked up. The next one I picked up in a thrift store for $2, and it is Live by Night by Dennis Lehane. I've heard a lot of good things about Dennis Lehane. I loved Shutter Island and a couple of the other movie adaptations of his books. And so for $2, couldn't pass that up. And then I picked up volume 3 of the Rhaenyra Chronicles. Probably can't see them, but they're right here. I've already got volume 1 and 2. I found them at a thrift store, I think for $1 a piece. And I wanted to make sure I went ahead and picked that one up. And so I had some rewards from Amazon. And so I got that one for free. I wanted to make sure that I had the entire set of the Rhaenyra Chronicles. And I wanted to support Michael J. Sullivan, especially since his work seems to be pretty clean. And also the quality is very high according to you guys. And then I mentioned this before, but I actually sold all of my Red Rising books. I sold all of those, and I used that money to support an indie author, which is Z.S. Diamani. And I picked up Stone and Sky, and then I picked up Stone and Tide, and then I also picked up Stone and Ruin, and then I picked up his novella collection, which is just the Stone and Sky collection, I guess. I'm not really sure exactly what it's titled, but yeah, I picked up these short stories or these novellas. And then I picked up his newest book, which to me sounds the most interesting, which is Guard in the Garden. And so I plan on jumping into these pretty soon. I was actually going to read this one this month, but I didn't realize that it was set in the same world. And so I think I'm going to dive into Stone and Sky this month. And depending on how much I like it, I may fly through those books, but I'm really looking forward to picking this one up. He said it's cozy fantasy. Sounded really cool. Yeah, should be really cool. They're all short books. After reading so many fantasy books and supporting the authors where I end up having to put them down, I just realized it's time for me to really support some of these authors that I have confidence in. And I also know that I can pass down to my kids. And so I just picked up his entire catalog and am really looking forward to it. And if nothing else, my son is going to pick these up and absolutely love them. Plus, these covers are super cool. So yeah, really excited to get into those. So yeah, I actually had a little bit of a book haul this month, predominantly because I was able to get rid of or offload some books that I didn't want to hold on to. And so I think my monthly check-ins when I do these little book hauls to tag at the end, I doubt I'll have very many books moving forward. And it's really because I really want to start like picking stuff off of my shelf that I haven't read yet. But, I get distracted very easily and I see the new shiny book and then I have to go and try to pick it up or dive into it when I've got tons of books on my shelves that need to be read. I think I've read about like 60% of the books on my shelves. So I definitely want to try to make sure I've read everything that I've got before I keep buying things. But sometimes we can't help it, or at least we don't want to. I don't want to say we can't. We just don't want to. So yeah, I had a pretty good little book haul. And that just leads me into a little bit of a personal update. Nothing major, but I've just been kind of bogged down with disappointment with some of the reads I've had as of late and having to put them down, that it just has sucked the fun out of reading for me a little. And so I'm trying to do what I can to reignite that fire. I love making these videos. I definitely have a good back catalog to where I can post reviews. But I do not want that to run dry. Yeah, it's been a trying month. I've been dealing with some stuff at work. We've had some struggles at home with appliances tearing up and those kinds of things. So it seems like every time that I'm able to get my feet up underneath me, somebody knocks them out from under me. Yeah, it's just been a trying month. Looking forward to this coming month of maybe things kind of settling a little bit. Looking forward to jumping into some of these, not just these other books, but being able to navigate our day-to-day life while still trying to record these videos and edit them and put them out to you. I do think, because I try not to pay too much attention to the analytics, but I do go back and I watch my videos after I post them most of the time just to make sure that I didn't do something or say something silly that I need to maybe edit out before it goes public. But it seems like my enjoyment for editing has increased, which seems to have translated to the quality of my videos has increased a little bit. I love making fun of myself. As people were talking about my little hand motions and how I do little swooshes and stuff like that, or the gifts that I put in front, or just those little things. Those make editing fun for me because I try to edit them as if one of my friends was as if one of my friends was editing it for me. What would they be doing? Looking for ways to make fun of me. And so I just look for those things. And rather than just cut them out, I think it has actually kind of livened my videos up a little bit, and just reminding myself not to take myself too seriously, as silly as that sounds. But some people do take themselves a little bit too seriously talking about books on YouTube. So I want to be informative. I want to give you guys some information that can help, but also I want to give you guys some content that will entertain you or maybe make you chuckle at the least. Yeah, looking forward to making some more videos. And the last thing is, I had mentioned that I was going to be doing 2 videos a week. But then I had started posting 3 videos a week. I was posting Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I said I would back off if I thought that was a little bit too much. And it kind of seems to be the case. I can still put out 3 videos a week, but then I don't get to do the shorts. And I like the today's rapid reviews and do maybe bringing back in some of the inappropriate times for book recommendations. Those kinds of shorts, I like making those. They're fun. I think it keeps people engaged. And I honestly think people get a little burnt out if I'm posting 3 videos a week. So I think I'm going to scale back this coming month and just post on Sunday and Wednesday, and then maybe post a short on Friday, or kind of just whenever I feel like it. But probably 2 videos a week and a short each week will be my method going forward this coming month. So guys, let me know how your month was. Let me know what you read this month. Let me know what you liked or disliked. Let me know what I should pick up or stay away from. I really appreciate that. Yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. How was your month? How was your reading month? How was your personal month? I've also loved, I didn't get to mention, but I've got to talk to a few of you guys in person. Well, I say in person. I got to talk to a few of you guys privately through Zoom, and that was really cool. That you guys just want to chat. So if you guys ever want to talk, I've got my email linked down in the description below. Feel free to send me an email, reach out. I'd love to just talk to you guys. It doesn't have to be recorded and posted on YouTube or anything. I just love getting to talk to you guys, because staring at a camera and trying to talk to you through a camera is not my comfort zone. So yeah, feel free to reach out and let me know how your month was. Let me know what you picked up and what you enjoyed and what you plan to pick up this coming month. Or if you've seen something on my shelves, or there's a book that you want me to review, leave it down in the description below. I may have already read it and just haven't got around to putting a review out yet, and it may help me bump that review up pretty quickly. So looking forward to that. Guys, again, thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing these videos. It has really helped. I really appreciate you guys. Love each and every one of you. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on the next one.